Hey everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I just recorded this intro and I think it was really good, and then my cat, of course, wanted to leave the room, so take two. Alright, last time we left off, we were dealing with the shenanigans over at the pawnbrokery, and we discovered that that music disc that was inside the jacket that everybody was fussing over actually belonged to McGilded. And that he dropped it off on the exact moment, like, technically when he was thought to have perished in that burning carriage. I guess now that Herlock stole it, we're gonna try and figure out the mystery of all that. But I don't know if they actually ever, like, found his body or confirmed that he died. Like, they said he died, but I don't know if they had evidence. Because they're like, maybe they just found a burned body in there, but that doesn't mean it was his, you know? I don't think, like, the forensics were not top-notch at this time period, so I have a feeling we're going to find out that he's not actually dead, but that could be wrong, because that's kind of the go-to conclusion I think you would draw, but we'll see. So I want to say real quick, thank you guys so much for your continued support of the series. I know I said I was going to record another episode, had it out yesterday, but then I was like, I don't want to spam you guys with too much, so I'll release it today instead. And record it today as well. So let's jump back in and figure out what the heck is going on with this music disc. I think I need to talk to him? Yeah, okay. Hey! I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Chocolate? That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, right, yes. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. He gave him a chocolate bar instead? I'll be taking that whatever it is, McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Okay. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes. Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. Did he just take a chocolate bar? It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this. That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions but resistant to melting, the result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary. Yo, you can start a candy shop, man. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Yeah, we just happened to none of us see him take a disc, press it into some chocolate, and then just give it, like, should it have chocolate on it? You know what I mean? Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Oh, okay. What did he just went and poured, like, freaking metal somewhere? Just molten metal. Music on the disc. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? It's just a bunch of birds screaming like, "Gah!" You know what I mean? It's not funny, I'm so sorry. Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Bruno? Ah, this is the one. That's exactly like the one I have. I'm looking at it right now. It's like a story time. It was my grandma's that I took after she passed because, like, I always thought it was the coolest thing. And you, like, flip the lid open and then, like, the thing, as you see on the screen, it starts, the cylinder on the top starts rotating, and the little cylinder sticking up, like, go up and then the metal tangs like slam back down and they vibrate, making a sound. And it's like, it's so pretty and it's so fun to watch. And I think that's part of the reason I'm like a mechanical engineer, because I'm just like so fascinated by that. You know what I mean? It's such a simple mechanism, but it's so cool. I don't know. Anyways, story time over. Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances, see, she doesn't know what to call them either, pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music box is to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. Okay. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why, exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. That's true, Susato, homegirl. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why... Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. Oh, the results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently. I almost said presently. I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's Hurley for you. Always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Bro, that's my apartment. Magnus McGilded. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that Grizzly case. Oh, I don't need a flashback. I really don't. Okay, well. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. That bitch. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. See, not even a body. How do you know? And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. I don't know. Man, I really don't. But someone was banging on the inside of the omnibus, weren't they? So if he didn't die in there, then who was in there? You know what I mean? Unless there's like some kind of trick where they could have a mechanism that would make it seem like someone was banging on the inside of the door. I don't know. Anyways, enough hypotheticals. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, which was definitely not true, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. Yo, we all know he was guilty, probably. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. Oh yeah, that dude. And Hat Boy. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. You know, laugh. Jerkwad. It would appear the case is not yet closed. Oh, here comes the music. Oh, well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Huh, yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windibank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Wait, how does she know the title? I didn't even question it. For a second I was like, oh, maybe Iris mentioned it to her or something. Oh my god, this is so uncomfortable. Aha! Susato? What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Miss Susato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. Oh my god, Iris is like, bitch. But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles, has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said that he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Windibank's. And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? Oh, did he already? Ah! What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Dude, now is not the time to be changing the subject. Miss Lestrade. Yo, what's up, girl? This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. Oh no, wait, come back! No, wait! Miss Lestrade! Yeah, I got her back. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Especially frickin' Iris. Oh, they're like all depressed. Haven't we, Iris? Oh, God. Oh, yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. I'm gonna put you to work, bitch. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home. Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is, then. She's terrified. Oh, yes! Ah! I love you, Mr. Bowtie Cat. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night. Oh, shit's about to go down. See, from playing Danganronpa, like all the games, I've learned that when people are having fun in like anything that's like a murder mystery sort of situation, some shit happens at night when people are having fun. Like you have like a great scene and you're like, shit's about to hit the fan. All right, 15th of April, 9:34 p.m., Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Don't do that. Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Suzaru-san? Did you steal the manuscript? It's about the telegram I received. Oh, I forgot about the telegram! Ah. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? Yo, I don't trust this man. I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Girl, I will come with and I will wait outside, and if he so much as looks at you wrong, I will come in and punch him in the face. Knock knock, hello? Oh, who could that be, I wonder? If it's McGilded? Oh, nope. I was about to leave. Good evening, friends. Ah, Iris, hello again. Oh, yo, Gina, what's up, girl? You wanna stay up here? And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. Something's about to happen! You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what? In particular? Oh, this is so uncomfortable. Oh, I thought she was gonna bring up the manuscript. All those things Ginny showed us, wasn't it wonderful? Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques. We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Wait, what? That's mine! Oh my, however did you... Just cut it off your arm, man. I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Ah, thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. Huh. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Ha ha ha. Thanks. Seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Oh god. Like, okay, so like Sholmes seemed like he knew about it too though. So like what does that mean? I can't imagine he'd like sneak it and give it to Susato. Like why would he do that? I don't know. Unless it has something to do with her father's death, but that's no, because she wrote it, right? Or did she find it? I don't know. Anyways, the manuscript. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscripts, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Girl, do I know? I don't think I do. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris, not at all. I don't know what all this is about, really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script, or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but... my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. Oh my god, assistant once! His partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though. And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. So, I've never really met him. Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Can we, like, let's not make these children sad, Ryunosuke, Jesus. Yo, are you related somehow? The Hound of the Baskervilles. Iris, this Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts. That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean. Oh? How? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that. It pains me to have to say this after you toiled over it for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me. Alright then, I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. Huh. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibank, isn't it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, it does. He's treat you like a child. It's mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh? He said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it. I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris, I bet my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me. Girl, I don't think you should say that to Iris right now. She's very sad. Where are you? There you are. You and your shenanigans? Your parents. Okay, great. I realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, these sensible orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our mums. Oh, that's just a... Oh, Lestrada's not his name, is Gregson. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them. Oh, God. It's true. I do want to see Daddy. So much. Oh, Iris. Yeah. Good conversation. Alright, Sholmes is a lie. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that's what was really in old Winterbeck's storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. Don't make Iris cry, Gina. I'm telling ya, that manuscript ain't at Winterbank's. You'd soon see it if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. Oh, see? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Did he hide it in the attic and Susano just like read it or something? Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then. Yeah, good night, Gina. What? Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san. You're not gonna tell me where you found the manuscript? What the heck, Susie? I thought we were besties. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father. But also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. Oh my god. It can't be a mere coincidence that I can't speak. There's something deeper going on. Ah. Am I sleeping or thinking? Oh god, don't scare me. Jump scares. Sir Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo? That voice. That's... Oh, Mr. Naruhodo! That's Mr. Sholmes. Oh. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? What did she steal? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. What? What's this about? Oh. Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? Oh god, is she going to try and get the manuscript for Iris? Oh god, someone's gonna die. Oh no. That's Mr. Windibank's, oh my god, Windibank's pawnbrokery. Oh, here comes the music. Mr. Windibank's. Oh no. It's simple. If that story was really there, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, you, could know about it. Oh no. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling ya. Without telling ya. Could Gina have gone? Seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once! Oh, at once! Miss Susato! She is amped and ready to throw down whoever she needs to. 16th of April, 1:14 a.m., Baker Street. This feels like a Danganronpa scene where you're about to stumble across a body. The door to Windibank's is open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit! There's no one here. Oh yes, there is. But we'll find that out next time. Yeah, damn on them. What a terrible cliffhanger. Oh, come on, I had to do it to you guys. I'll get you guys another episode on Friday, though, I promise. Like I said, I'm going to try and make up for not doing this game enough recently. But I'll leave y'all pondering until then. I feel like such a jackass. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.